like I'll never have good lighting for the life of me. Ever. Look how cute this mug is. My boyfriend bought it for me at Tim Hortons. It's really cute. If you didn't know I was Canadian, now you do. Hey besties, it's Destiny, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing the 25 books I want to read in 2025. Alright, I have some books that are already released, and then I have some new releases that I want to also discuss, but it's going to be 25 in total. Okay, I think we're going to start with the ones that I actually already own, because they're already here. In no particular order, might I add, I just grabbed them off my shelf. First is Twisted by Emily McIntyre. This is the book I'm currently on in this series. I know that it's an interconnected standalone series, but I still read them in order. I've read Hooked, Scarred, and Wretched, and now I just have Twisted, Crossed, and Hexed left, but I really want to get into this series again and just like finish it. It's basically dark retellings of Disney movies. I think this one's Aladdin, and I don't know what any of these books are about. Like, if I have not read them, I don't know what they're about because I go into every single book blindly, so do not expect a summary of any of these books. Next is Collide. I don't know why, I just really want to read this book. I've been wanting to read it for like ever. I kept seeing this like on TikTok. It's something about the cover just screams to me that I need to read it. Like, look at this. Do you see this? It's gorgeous. I think the next book comes out in 2025 as well. Next is Twisted Obsession by S. Massery. I just read Fierce Obsession, and this is the last book in this series, so I obviously want to get to it. It's a dark hockey romance. It's also interconnected standalone, so you do not have to read them in order. I just do that because I just don't want things spoiled for me. Next is King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I read the Twisted series by her, like Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. I enjoyed those, but that's because it was also like the beginning of my reading journey. My favorite one was Twisted Lies, and I'm not gonna apologize for it, and I'm not gonna take back my statement. Hi. She always has to be in one of these videos, I guess. I heard this was like a darker romance. Like, obviously it's not Oreo. Obviously it's not as dark as like this, but it's not light and fluffy. I heard. I don't know anything. This is the first one. I have all 4 that are currently out, and I think King of Envy is coming out soon, and I will be buying it, even though I've never read any of them. I just noticed there's a lot of dark romances. Oh well. Next is Throttled by Lauren Asher. I read the Dreamland Billionaire series by her, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I have, I think, every single book that she has out currently, except Darling December, but I'm buying that this weekend, so I'll have every single book that she has released currently, and I really want to get into her books. Like, I want to read them all, so I'm going to start with Throttled because this is her first series. Next, Haunting Adeline, and this also goes with Hunting Adeline as well, because this is the first one. It's a really heavy book. I did not expect it to be this heavy and this thick. Anyways, this is also a dark romance. I just heard a lot of people be like, this is super dark, but I feel like I can handle it. My friend just read this, I think. I didn't ask her how it was. She just sent me a picture of like her reading, and I was like, I didn't know you were a dark romance girly. Another dark romance. What a surprise. I think this is the last one. Anyways. God of Malice by Rena Kent. I want to read the whole series. Now this, I heard, is very dark. Very dark. So I'm very nervous. I don't know which one's the first one, but I have all of them, and I bought like these editions before they got out of print. So it cost me a pretty penny, okay? I just really want to read it. I love these covers though. They're very beautiful. Next, we're going on the complete opposite scale. is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I've been wanting to read this for like a while now. I just have not picked it up for some weird reason. But like, look at this edition. This is from the Larry Reed's collab with Eternal Embers. I don't know if you can still get it. So this is a special edition and I actually love it. Also, for some reason, I bought the whole like box that came with like every single book that she created. So it was like Archer's Voice, Binding and Keeping 13, was it Redeemed by Lauren Asher, and then the Sinner's Duet by Sophie Lark. I think those are the only books. But anyways, I bought that, and when it came in, I got all of my books, but I got 2 of these. That must have been an accident, so I gave the second copy to my best friend, because she also really wants to read this book, and like, come on. It's absolutely adorable how, like, this cover is absolutely adorable. And I also bought, Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 from their collab. I think it comes out, like, I think they're shipping it this month or next month. Something like that. But I'm super, like, I'm so sad because right now, if you're a Canadian girly, you'll understand my pain. Canada Post is on strike right now, okay? And if you guys don't know what Canada Post is, it's like our mailing, like, service. Basically, anything that is not Amazon, I believe, goes through Canada Post. I think Amazon goes with Purolator. Anyways, there's rumor that they're going on strike too, and I'm gonna actually cry. But Canada Post is on strike, so we're not able to receive any of our mail. So I have some books that are waiting for me in the mail right now that I can't get because they're on strike. And I'm gonna cry. And if Purolator goes on strike soon, I'm also gonna cry because I pre-ordered the special edition of Onyx Storm that has like the dragon sprayed edges and stuff. I pre-ordered that on Amazon. And if I do not get it on release day, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. All that because of this. Next is Shatter Me. I was gonna read this month or last month actually, and then I got in a reading slump. And my friend is very excited for me to start reading this. This is her favorite book. And I need to read it. I want to read it. I'm not just saying that I need to because of my friend. I want to read it. It's just I haven't been in the mood for fantasy really, and when I am in the mood for fantasy, I'm picking up Iron Flame. So this is gonna be a next year problem. But I have to read it for her because she read Fourth Wing for me, so, you know. Next is Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy. I read Say You Swear this year, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. I'm very excited to pick this one up. I don't know if it's a love triangle or not, like Say You Swear was. Not saying that love triangles are bad, they're just not my favorite. That's all I gotta say. Next is a photo finish by Elsie Silver. I just want to get into Elsie Silver's books. I've just been waiting for the summer to happen because I'm not reading these in the wintertime. It's not that vibe for me. Like, this is a summer vibe. All of her books are a summer vibe, so I'm just waiting for summer. But anyways, I read, what's the first one? Is it Off to the Races? Whatever the first one is, it's like blue. I think it's Off to the Races. I read that one in the summer. It was really good. It was my first book that I've read of Elsie Silver's, and so I was pleasantly surprised. People are not talking about this series as much as they're talking about Chestnut Springs, and I've never read Chestnut Springs either, but I'm loving this. Not this book specifically because I have not started reading it yet, but I love the first one. I want to read all of her books. I have them all currently. So I want to get into her books. Guys, I don't even know what to do with her. Like, expect that from every single video that I post, because she was doing that at like 11 o'clock last night too. Next is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I just want to read her books, really. I was gonna start reading them last summer, like the summer that just passed, but I never got around to it, so I'm just waiting for this summer, because again, it's giving me summer vibes, so I'm not reading it during the winter. I heard you gotta start with this one. I know they're not even a series, so it doesn't really matter, but I heard there's Easter eggs in like every single book, so I kind of want to read them in order, and people say to read this one first. Next is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I'm nervous for this one. I want to read all of them that are in the Magnolia Parks like universe, like even Daisy Hates and stuff. I have them all, and I have them like in the OG covers because I bought them off of Waterstones, because I don't like the covers that are released right now. I'm sorry, but I don't. I want to get into it. I just heard a lot of... I heard everyone and their mother loves this series. Okay, they're like obsessed with it. It's their whole personality type of thing. But like, I heard that their relationship is very toxic, so I'm scared. Next one is Zodiac Academy. I want to get into this series. I only have this book currently because they're re-releasing like the covers, and I think they're also correcting the errors that are in here. I didn't even know that that was a thing. So they're re-releasing the covers, and I think this is the only one that's released right now, which is the first one, which is Zodiac Academy The Awakening. As they're being released, I think I'm gonna buy them, but I just want to get into this. I think it's also on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure though. Next is Wisteria by Adeline Grace. I've read Belladonna and Foxglove last year. Like, I read Foxglove when it was released, and then Belladonna like a few months prior to that. And then I reread them this year so that I could read this and be caught up. And I wanted to read it as soon as it was released in August, and I just did not do that. But I'm actually really excited. And also, like, Under the Dust Jackets, like, it's absolutely stunning. And then, like, the ends are, like, gorgeous as well, and all of them are like that. Like, the first two are like that as well, but I think they stopped printing it that way. I think these are just first editions that are like this, but I think if you buy the box set of like hardcover books, it will be that way. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, really want to get into this because I love this world. Next is Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I read Caraval this year and it was really good. So I just want to continue the series. And then I also want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. But you gotta read this series first before you get into that one. I've heard. I'm not risking it. So, as much as I want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart, I gotta finish the series first. And I just also bought Spectacular, which is like the Christmas novella to this series. And I would love to read it during the Christmas time, but I can't because I have not read this yet. Next is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick. I thought this was giving me fall vibes, but I just watched Sarah Caroli's video of like her winter recs, and this was in it. So maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna read it in the fall. And the last but certainly not least of the books that I own currently is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I want to get into this series really badly. I read ACOTAR this year as well. I really want to get into this, but I'm very scared. I'm very, 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 very scared because it's such a long series and there's so many different reading orders that I'm just like, I don't know where to begin, I don't know what's going on. And I heard a lot of people were bored during the first few books because, like, obviously these are her first books that she's written. It's not going to be as good as ACOTAR, I've heard. But then you get invested, obviously, because it's 8 books, and then you're like emotionally destroyed because you're attached to these people and now you can't see them ever again. Because I also heard that you gotta read Throne of Glass before you read A Court of Silver Flames. I heard that somewhere. So I haven't read A Court of Silver Flames yet. So I gotta read this. And then A Court of Silver Flames. And then Crescent City. So now I'm gonna do the ones that are not released yet that I'm very excited to be released. I have a list here on my laptop of 2025 releases from Goodreads. First one is obviously Onyx Storm. You have no idea how excited I am. Fourth Wing I read 3 times so far. And Iron Flame I'm going to be rereading this month for the first time to prepare myself for Onyx Storm. But I've literally been waiting for Onyx Storm since Iron Flame released, which was like over a year ago. Like, I've been waiting over a year for this book, guys. I'm so excited. Next is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I read Yours Truly and Just for the Summer this year, and it was like my first books that I've read by her, and I absolutely fell in love with her writing, and I am actually very excited. I've rated all of her books so far 5 stars. Okay, Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. I'm sorry. Anyways, Rebel Witch, it's the second book in the Crimson Moth series or duology. I don't know if it's a duology or a series, but I haven't read Crimson Moth, but I want to read that as well. I just don't own it. But I'm also excited for Rebel Witch because I've heard so many good things about it. It's actually crazy. I'm excited for Wild Side by Elsie Silver to come out. I know I have not read that series yet, but I'm sure that I will love all of Elsie Silver's books, and so I will need Wild Side. Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. I'm reading Lost and Lassoed this month because it just got released last month, I believe. But I loved the first 2 books, so I'm very excited for Lost and Lassoed. And so I know I'm going to be excited for Wild and Wrangled. Scythe and Sparrow by Brynne Weaver. I'm so excited as well. It's the last book in this trilogy, so I'm going to be so sad once it's over. But I loved Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark. I know a lot of people didn't like Leather and Lark at all. They were like, it was so slow, like I couldn't get into it and whatever. I ate that shit up, okay? It was good. And it was a fake marriage. I love fake marriage. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I didn't know she was releasing another book, but I need that because I love Ashley Poston. I've only read 7 Year Slip by her so far, and I read it at the beginning of this year, and it's so good. Oh my god. Rewind It Back by Liz Tom Ford. It's the last book in the Windy City series, and I'm so excited for it to be released. I loved all of them. I know a lot of people didn't like Mile High. They were all really good. But yeah, so I'm very excited for this book to come out. I think, is it going to be in Rio's point of view? Because he deserves love. He deserves love. Literally the whole series he's trying to find love and he has not. Oh my god, I almost forgot about this book. Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I'm ready for this book. I read Powerless and Reckless this year, and I absolutely fell in love. I need the next book immediately. And I also read Powerful, which is the novella in between Powerless and Reckless. I have no words, like I'm still crying to this day. So Loved Arranged by Lauren Asher. I didn't know this was releasing either, but I'm excited about it. It's a part of the Lakefront Billionaires series. I have the first 2 books. I just haven't read them yet because I want to read her Dirty Air series first. But I know I'm gonna eat that stuff up. Like, I know it's gonna be so good. I think that was 25 bucks. Those were my 25 books that I really want to read in 2025. I hope you got some recs to add to your TBRs. I know I didn't like go into detail about any of them because like I obviously have not read them, so I don't know what's going on. But if you want to wait and see if I give you guys anything about them, stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you want to see from me next. I've kind of just been like brainstorming what kind of videos to do. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. I've been filming for almost an hour now. Like, I yap too much. I can never do outros, I swear. I'm always awkward when doing intros and outros.